Plaintiffs Tanya Townsend and her husband Gunther Boone say Tanya has a 15-year-old son with the defendant, who is currently $52,000 behind in child support. Tanya claims the defendant instructed their son to post a photo of himself holding a gun on the internet, so Tanya would lose custody. Tanya and Gunther are suing for harassment. Defendant Antoine Davis insists he had physical custody of his son more than Tanya. And in 2005, he pressed charges against the plaintiffs after he discovered that Gunther was abusing his son. Antoine's countersuing for emotional distress.
Start with you, ma'am.
Your Honor, I met the defendant in 1997 in St. Joseph Home for Children. We were kids. And, you know, he was straight A student, basketball, team captain?
Okay, that's 97.
That's 97, okay, sorry. And we ended up hitting it off. I ended up pregnant in 1999.
By the defendant?
By the defendant.
All right.
And when I was pregnant, after the pregnancy, he just ended up being...
How old is the child now?
My son is 15 now.
All right. And when did you all break up?
When I was pregnant,
in 99?
In 99,
okay,
yes, sir.
You want to tell me anything about that?
Well, he became abusive.
How so?
That's not
He
true.
just started to
physically
beat me and...
all right, you don't have any reports today?
No, I ran away from him. There was no report, sir.
You never went to the police?
I ran. I was dumb and young.
So you, a lot of women do that. That doesn't mean you're dumb. That's just their way of handling it, and that's a good way for the most part. You got a child together, maybe you didn't want him locked up.
We haven't seen Antoine in years. My son seen his auntie, and that's how they ended up connecting. April 3rd, he saw his auntie at the library.
Of what year?
Of this year, 2014. And so his auntie gave him all the numbers, and that's how they ended up contacting each other.
Right.
But child support did find him this year and ordered him to start paying child support.
How much does he owe?
He owes about $52,000.
Wow.
Don't have the proof, but he knows
When
what
is
he
the
owes.
last time he paid?
2000. Well, actually, he paid the first time this year in the month of April, like
That's not
107.
true.
Now, out of 15 years, how many years has he?
Oh, 2001 was the first time he ever gave me anything. It was 2 checks, and then now 2014, I ended up receiving 2 more payments,
That's not true.
$79 here and there.
That's not true.
How much do you say you've paid?
Your Honor, as far as child support go, like with the state of Minnesota, I owe them a couple of dollars, 50-some thousand, not
Now,
even.
this is a very simple question. I
Yeah,
said,
not
how
even.
much have you paid? I was very
I'm
clear.
not for sure, but as
Okay.
far as taking care of
Can
my
you estimate how much you paid her? Out of 15 years, can you estimate?
I don't want to give no inaccurate number. I'm really
Can't
not for
even
sure.
estimate.
Not even.
Good enough. That speaks for itself.
And so,
All
Your
right.
And
All
so, Your
right.
Honor, basically, after, child support found him, I guess he found out I was being married. He appeared at my marriage, my wedding day of, I haven't seen him
When?
in years, April 5th. He appeared at my wedding with some Jordans and gave them to his son. He passed
What did
us.
he give you?
Nothing.
That's terrible.
Well, my 15-year-old.
I gave her a hug, Your Honor, and told her congratulations,
not-
and I'm proud of you.
Good. And sir, you give me some background.
Your Honor, I met Tanya in 1997. We had a relationship in 1999. We had a little boy. Everything was fine.
Were you in your son's life, or did you pay your child support?
I was in my son. I had my son more
You
than
paid
her
your
back
child
then.
support.
I had my son more than her. Yes, I was paying my child support.
Hold on.
Yes,
You
yes,
had
Your
your
Honor.
son more than her?
Yes, Your Honor.
So you had custody of your son?
Yes, but she was still getting assistance from the state. While she was
That's
still
not
getting
true.
That's very true, Your Honor. She was
Sir,
still getting assistance.
if you had custody of your son, why were you paying child support?
I just didn't at the time. It was all about my son. I really didn't care. I just wanted to be with my
I don't
son.
believe you. Now, how has he harassed you?
He's been calling me crackheads over Facebook. He manipulated my son
How?
to post on Facebook
Post what on Facebook?
my weapon with him holding.
I didn't even know
And
you
you
had a
say
weapon.
he had your son do it?
Yes, sir. He had my son do that.
Okay.
And he wasn't even present.
Hold on. Why do you think he did that?
He stated to my son that he's trying to get custody And
To avoid that $52,000 in child support.
I feel so. But he stated, he told his son in a special way, you know, I want to get you, so I need you to just get your mom in trouble, just a little bit enough for me to grab you. So what he did, Antoine was on spring break. I was at work, Gunther was at work, my husband, and my son went head to toe looking for my weapon, found it, unlocked it, took a picture of it, and erased it off his Facebook.
Do you have any evidence that he was calling you a crackhead on Facebook? Secondly, that he had your son pose with your weapon on Facebook. What do you have to prove that? And sir, let me hear your side.
My son, they say that he just had it in his hand in the home or whatever, but when I see my son with this gun in his hand,
What do you say happened?
This right here, I looked on Facebook, he had this gun. I told him to take that gun.
Sir, what do you think happened to that he would have a gun in his hand?
I wasn't in the house. She said it was her gun. He said, I don't know how he got the gun, Your Honor.
Okay, why did it take you so long to say that, sir? So you found out about it how? By seeing it on the internet?
Yes, sir. Yes,
all right,
sir.
and what was your response to that?
How did you get this gun?
What did he say?
He said it was a toy gun. So I said, son, that ain't no toy gun, be honest with me. Where you get this gun from? He said, it's Gunther's gun. I said, you take that off of Facebook. Things
all right,
like
why did he say he put it on Facebook? Did you ask him?
I didn't ask him.
Good enough. Didn't ask him. All right, good enough. Got your side. I got your side, sir. All right. And he took it down when you asked him to.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
He manipulated my son
How?
to post on Facebook.
Post what on Facebook?
My weapon with him holding it.
I didn't even know.
And you say he had your son do it?
Yes, sir. He had my son do that. He stated to my son that he's trying to get custody and
to avoid that $52,000 in child support.
I feel so.
Plaintiffs Gunther Boone and his wife Tanya Townsend say Tanya has a 15-year-old son with the defendant, who instructed their son to post a photo of himself with a gun so Tanya would lose custody.
She also presents me evidence of what she alleges is you calling her names on the internet. Crackhead, bum. Did you do this?
We was going back and forth.
Why'd you do it?
Because they was doing it to me.
Okay, let's see what she did to you.
And then they had their cousins.
All right, take it, slow down. I want to see what she did to you.
That's
now
Gunther's,
this end trying.
That's Gunther Boone's cousin.
Take it back, sir. Show me what she did to you. This is not funny.
It really ain't, but.
So what did she do to you, sir?
Man, they put, back in Minnesota.
What on the internet did she put? You've admitted to putting this about her on the internet. You said that they put things about you on the internet. You're unable to show me. So I'm moving on back to the allegations, sir. And you say that the son, upon his order, put the gun on the internet. What evidence do you have to show me the child said that he did it?
He wrote a statement. The first part is right here.
Read it.
The day I called him when my mom and dad was not home, and he asked if I was successful on making the page, and I said yes. And then he asked me to help him out, and he asked to go find some dangerous things around the house, and I did. Went in my mom's room and found a box with a key beside it, and I opened it. It was a gun. So I picked it up and took a picture and put it on Facebook for them to see it and use evidence for him to get me. I really was not thinking about what could have happened or who could it hurt, and all I was thinking about is that I want to be with my dad. After that situation, I never talked to him about that or talk to him, period, again.
Okay, so you're alleging that he had your son do this. You said that before, and in order for him to get custody, and you think he wants custody to avoid having to pay child support. And this is a letter your son wrote. Did you request him to write it?
He's actually here, and I have a.
Would you like for him to speak?
Yes, sir.
All right, he's a minor, obviously.
Yes, sir.
All right, we don't allow minors dealing with parent disputes unless the parent wants that child to speak. Yes, sir. What do you have to say?
Your Honor, when my son come in here, is it possible I can just tell him to please be honest?
No, I'll tell him that.
And Your Honor, we also have a recording of him harassing Gunther on the phone telling him how he's going to take Antoine and me away from him.
All right.
That's not true.
Let me hear that then. Okay, you say it's not true, but go ahead.
What's up, man? This message is from Gunther, little bitty man. I got a plan. I got an idea. I know what I'm gonna do. After I get my son back, my goal gonna be this year, homie. I'm taking your wife. Y'all gonna get a divorce, and she gonna marry me. But it ain't gonna be at the courthouse. It's gonna be like a $20,000 wedding. So guess what? I'm about to have trouble. So as soon as I get my son, I'm going after your wife. She don't act like it ain't happening, but she gonna have it in the back of her head.
Did you say that, sir?
Yeah.
All right, good enough.
Yeah.
That is harassment. Now, let me hear from your son. State your name, young man.
Antoine.
All right. And your mother handed me a letter that she says you wrote. And first of all, your dad wanted me to say, tell the truth. You gonna tell the truth?
Please tell the truth.
All right, there you go.
Please.
And she says that you wrote this letter saying that your father instructed you to find some weapon or something that you could get on Facebook and take a picture with to make her look bad so that you can move in with him. Did you write this letter? Hand it to him, please.
You're not gonna get in trouble. Please tell the truth.
Yes.
You did write it? All right, very good. Why don't you leave back out? That's all I wanted to know, is you to verify what your mother said that you wrote. And that's very clear, and you verified it. All right, and you're countersuing for $5,000 for emotional distress?
Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
All right, now in 2005, I was at my mother's house. I had my son, had him for about a week then. He was at the house playing, and my brother, Stephen Davis, picked him up, threw him in the air. He came down. He started crying in excruciating pain. My brother lifted up his shirt. He like ripped some skin off his back, and he wouldn't tell me what happened. So I eventually told him, like, look, son, I'm gonna protect you. So I'm like, son, what happened to you? He said he wrote his name. I'm sorry, Your Honor. He said he wrote his name on a carpet, and Gunther, he whooped him because he wrote his name on a carpet in lipstick. So I took him to the hospital.
So did you file any charges? That's
Yes,
what
I
I
did.
want to get to.
Yes, I did.
Okay, and what were the results of the charges?
He had to do anger management. And
Okay, what
some
was
type
concluded
of,
that he did?
It was consistent with cigarette, like some type of burn, some type
Cigarette
of
burns? Okay, you have that report, or?
I wasn't, it was so many years ago.
And I assume this is your emotional distress charge?
Yeah.
And it was so many years ago?
Yeah, and then,
Why did you wait to sue?
Your Honor, it's other stuff besides that too.
Take it back, sir. Show me what she did to you. This is not funny.
It really ain't, but.
So what did she do to you, sir?
Man, they put, back in Minnesota.
What on the internet did she put? You've admitted to putting this about her on the internet. You said that they put things about you on the internet. You're unable to show me.
Plaintiffs Gunther Boone and his wife Tanya Townsend say Tanya has a 15-year-old son with the defendant, who instructed their son to post a photo of himself with a gun so Tanya would lose custody.
Sir, I want you to respond to this allegation that you pled guilty to some form of child.
None.
Oh,
He lying to y'all. I ain't plead guilty. I ain't get charged about nothing.
Nobody got
sir,
charged.
do you have any evidence showing that he was charged and pled guilty?
Earlier, Your Honor.
Man lying.
No. Today, do you have
no.
that evidence?
No,
You've
Your Honor.
already
No.
proven to
No.
be a giant liar.
Well,
and your claim is granted $5,000.
Jesus.
Yours is dismissed. Have a good day. By the way, ma'am, how many other children does he have? I know
He
has
has
some.
more. I don't know how many kids he has.
How many children you have?
I wasn't able to
How many
present the
children you have?
I got 4 more, but I take care of all my kids.
What you saying? Get out of here. Who you think you
got
talking? Get out of
two
here.
different-
Get him out. Get out. Get out. Well, this ain't the street. And if it was, I can handle you there. Now, what is it that you want to say?
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Your
What
Honor.
is it that you failed to say that you want to tell me?
Your Honor.
Because I caught you in a giant lie that your son said you're telling.
That's, oh my God, Your Honor.
You have
That's
nothing to
not
say.
the
Have a
truth.
good
Listen,
day. I
Thank
gave you a
have
chance.
fun. You a bum. You a bum.
God is good.
Boys,
You a bum. Both y'all some bums.
That's that tough.
Broke ratchet.
Woo! Thank you, Jesus.
I can admit to disciplining the child, but I ain't finna burn no child I've been taking care of all his life.
Proof is in the pudding, baby.
They just wanted the money for their honeymoon. See, me, I got money. I get money. I don't need no honeymoon money. I got money. They needed that money for their honeymoon. That's why they did this. But I will say what? I will say this. I'm still gonna get my son.